How's everybody? What's going on? What is going on? Man, that shit's difficult, man. Very difficult. But, alright, y'all. See how we can handle this real quick. Talk to y'all about what people say, a lot of people say all the time, and why people say it and what they don't understand, and why they are misled, and why they are off, and why they don't understand, like, just everything. It took me a long time to get it too, but I understand now. I understand that I was completely lost, like I didn't understand, and neither do a lot of people. So let me break this down to y'all. I'm gonna do it from the man's perspective. Well, I might just jump everywhere. A lot of men say that a woman don't like this guy. They don't appreciate men. They don't do this. They don't do that. What men are not understanding is, what type of women are you talking about? How many times I gotta say this to y'all? Good women. See, somebody said in a post, they only appreciate the thugs and the entertainers, and they don't like the good men. This is where the deception comes in. See, everybody says they're good women and men, but we all know that can't be possibly true. So, let me break it down to y'all. Good women like good men. So if men are complaining about women not liking good men, there's only two possible things it could be. Either that man is not as good as the man that he says he is, or he's worried about the bad women, just like the women he complains about. See, men will complain, say women don't like this, they like thugs, they don't like the good men. But in the same breath, the men are worried about women. The men are liking the women that they shouldn't like. See, y'all get what I'm saying? A men will constantly complain. Women don't like good men. They don't like them. But then men don't realize that you are liking the bad women. You're doing the same thing. How do I know this? Because if you was liking good women, they would not reject you if you was a good man. Now, granted, some people, yes, they have to be attracted to you. No doubt about it. But good women don't just blatantly just reject good men. It does not happen. Good women want good men. That's why I tell men all the time, even women all the time, it's you got to understand that people don't get the difference between what's love and what's lust. They try to make their lust love. Sometimes, yeah, you might get lucky and your lust might be your love. But if you're really looking for love, it's deeper than just the lust part. And I think that's what happens. Most people are so worried about what they lust that they don't even realize the love part. As long as they get the lust part, you know, a woman looks good. So I'm mad. Men are mad because good looking women don't like good men. Who gives a fuck? Because that's what it boils down to a lot of times. These men are not looking at good women in general. They're looking at some woman who probably thinks that she deserves the whole entire world. And because every man is all in her face. So now they think that they judging that. They worried about some model. I say it 1,000 times. Just because a woman's a model don't mean she's really desirable. Don't make her a good woman. It just doesn't. I'm sorry. And that's not the shit on good women, good looking women. Because if a good looking woman is a good woman, ain't nothing fucking with that. Let's just be honest. But how many of them that actually look good are good women? It's very few. Just like good looking men. How many good looking men ain't gonna be out here fucking as much women as they can? That's very rare. You know what I mean? Let's just keep it real. So when these women are doing the same thing, when they're complaining about good men don't like good women, what do you notice about that? You notice that they are liking the type of men, how can I say this? They like the wrong type of men. So yes, men are right when they say, yeah, they only like the thugs and all that, blah, blah, blah. But usually those women are not good women. And that's why they like those type of guys. That's why they're attracted to them type of guys. That's why they vibe with them type of guys. They might think they're good women, but no good person wants bad. If I'm a good man, why would I want a woman that's snorting coke and partying all night and doing all that? Now, that's not to knock somebody who do that. But if I'm trying to start a relationship and I'm a good man, like I claim, why would I go after that? There's no complaints when it comes to a good woman or man. All these complaints stem back to bad women and men, not good ones. So men who are judging women for who they like, right? Bear with me. Men who judge women for the type of men they like. The ones that usually complain and blah, blah, they don't like this, they only like thugs and all that. Y'all men are liking the same. You're just as guilty, basically. You are guilty just like those women because you are liking the wrong type of women. What makes you different? You can't say, oh, she got a pretty face, so I get a pass. I'm allowed to like a bad woman, but she's not allowed to like the bad men. Nah, it don't work that way because you're doing the same thing that she's doing. It's no different. Just because she's pretty or she's a model or something, that does not change the fact that she might not be a good woman. So, you know, the women that you say that like the thugs and the bad guys and all that, now you passing up good women because they passing up good men because they stuck in this little thug image or whatever image you want to call it. And a lot of men, and not good men, and a lot of men are passing up good women because of looks. Same thing. That's about all I have to say about it, y'all. So that's not true, man. Good women like good men. Good men like good women. Problem is a lot of good women and men, they're caught up in lust or they like the wrong shit. Basically. It's not, I know it sounds like that don't make sense, but it kind of does make sense if you think about it. Like, and that's why I say like men in general, when men say these things about women and how they like women, men need to worry about who you liking. You know, I'm being honest because a lot of men, they don't like the right women. Let's be honest. You know, too much of this, you know, because she looks good, so that makes her a great woman. No, it don't. Now, again, for all the women that look good, you know you look good, don't think I'm hating. Because if you are a good-looking woman and a good woman, ain't nothing fucking with you. But how many women actually do that? That actually look very good? It's rare. Just like men. How many good-looking men actually, I'm going to just pick one woman and settle down? People don't do that. They instead of them being grateful and using their looks that God gave them to bless somebody special, they abuse it and they use people. You know what I mean? I'm a decent-looking guy. I could use my looks to get over on women if I want to, but that's wrong. That's not what God gave me looks for. God can mess around and burn up my whole face tomorrow if he wanted to. And that's why I don't do that. It's not worth it. You get what I'm saying? But how many people out there do this? Very few, y'all. Let's just keep it real. So all I see is a bunch of men complaining about a bunch of women who like certain men that they shouldn't like, but men are doing the same thing. Men need to check themselves. You are liking women that are bad. You're doing the same thing. If you was liking good women, you would not be. There would be no complaints. You can make videos and whatever, speak your piece on how you feel like women might like bad men and all that bullshit. You might hear me say it, but I don't have no complaints. You know why I have zero complaints about it? Because I like good women. Therefore, it's not going to affect me. You see what I'm saying? I have no complaints. I understand that those type of women that like bad men, they're not good women. So what is there really to complain about? Why would I be mad? It doesn't affect me. You see what I mean? Most people think they can lust a person into love. I'm not sure what you mean by that. They can lust a person into love or lust their lust. I don't know what you mean by that one. But yeah, man, that lust and love thing, that's the problem, man. A lot of times people worry about their lust more than the love, you know, and they pass up on people they shouldn't deal with. They should deal with a lot of times because they don't have that initial. They let lust overrule all. You know what I mean? Not understanding. I don't know how to explain it. I really don't know how to explain it. All I know is it took me a long time to get it too. You know what I mean? Like, fuck the lust part. Okay, the woman looks like a fucking model. That's fine. But what else? Does that mean she gonna cheat on me? Does that mean if I had a kid by her, she would even cook food? Can she cook food for my kid if I'm not around, etc.? You know what I mean? Or does she just ask for money? Can she actually try to make her own money a little bit? You know what I mean? Shit like this. You know, looks alone don't just trump everything, but with most men it does. So what my moral of this video is this, before I get off here and take a shower for real. My moral is this. The men need to stop complaining about how women choose men or how they choose all these bad men, because y'all men are doing the same thing. And the women that you so focused on, this is the problem. Men are focused on women they should not be focused on. You should be focused on those women. If those women don't like good men, you know why, because they're not good women. So why are you focused on them? If you say that, and there's an excuse for this, then you're just as guilty as the women who like the so-called thug or whoever. You just as guilty because you like a bad woman. What's the difference? How come they don't get a pass, but you do? Men should not get no pass for liking bad women. It's the same thing. It's no difference. So if we're going to talk about who likes bad people, then it got to go both ways. Because men are guilty as fuck of this. You know, a woman gets a pass just because of her looks. I'm telling you, that's all it mainly boiled down to. You know, a lot of men complaining about women who have decent looks, who don't really probably like the so-called thugs. That's just their choice of lust. They probably don't even care about that person either. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But that don't mean all good-looking women are like this either. So don't get that twisted either. You know, it's more of a good woman, bad woman type of thing. You know. So that's all it is, man. When you hear men complain about women, just know they're talking about bad women. If you're not one of them, don't even feel offended by it. You know, hopefully pray for those men that they'll open their eyes, you know. Because the same preaching shit they doing to these females, they need to do themselves. Mean is they think they can have sex with a person enough that will fall in love with them. Sometimes it depends. It depends on if a person, how much a person cares about sex. You know, people have different values. Yeah, value. How much a person values sex. People have different things. Some men, you could have some men, they don't even care about a woman's personality or she works in anything as long as she has good sex. People are different. Some people, they don't care about if you got money or you could take care of a kid if y'all had a kid together. None of that, as long as you look good. People are different. Everybody values different things. And that's what I mean by that lust thing. I'm not saying you should get with somebody you don't lust, but your lust has to be important shit too. It can't be just because you attracted to them. It has to be more than that. Can't be because somebody is a certain height and they got tattoos. Yeah, that's a lust, but that's cool if that's what you like. But you can't just go with somebody just because of that. And that applies to men too. For some reason, men think their choices of women don't apply. They act like men act like they're out here making the best decisions when it comes to a woman. We all know that's bullshit. So all I'm saying to men, even women too, but men, before you start saying that women are picking bad men, make sure that for one, that you're not one of these men picking bad women. Because I'm telling you, if you was one of these men who are really trying to weigh out what's a good woman versus a bad one, you're not going to have no complaints. Because you're steady looking for the good ones. You won't care about the bad ones. But since lust is a big factor, a lot of people are complaining about people they lust, not people they should want. See the difference? A lot of women, they're complaining about men that they lust, not men they should want. In other words, you're never going to hear a woman complain about these good men ain't shit. It's not going to happen. Guess who they complain about? All the bad men. The men they want that they shouldn't want. You get what I'm saying? So who was these men complaining about? What type of women are they complaining about? You guessed it. You guessed it. This is not rocket science, people. It took me a minute to get it, but once I got it, I said, I see. Why should I even worry about women who don't like good men? They are irrelevant. Off top, that makes them, in my opinion, not good women. What type of good woman? That's a quality. That's a trait. That's a trait in a good woman or man. Liking a good, right person. That's a trait. No other way around it. How can you be a good woman or man if you like bad people? Bad people that you're not even analyzing what's good for you. That's part of decision making. Ain't decision making part of being a good woman or man? Because a lot of shit, if you're in a relationship with somebody, all this decision making they're gonna have to do, all that shit plays a part. The decisions they make could affect your life drastically for the rest of your life. So you cannot tell me their decision making don't matter. That's like the number one thing. So guess what? Since we talking about decision making, guess what's the number one thing basically for a relationship? Who you decide to be with. So that's why I don't worry. So all y'all men crying, oh, she shit test, she blocked me, she stood me up, she spun me and all. It does not matter. That's not the right woman. Why are you worried? Move on. Same thing with y'all women. Why are you worried about men that aren't the right ones? You know why they worried? Because they lust. They not worried about the love part. Not saying you should not lust somebody that you want to love. You supposed to lust them. But people are so worried about the lust part, they just throw the love part out the window. They don't even analyze people and see if this is love. How the fuck is it love if you're not looking at it? You just going by the lust. Oh, I like him a lot. Fuck it. She looks good. I'll marry her. You see what happens when men do this. So why would you do it? Even if you thought maybe, man, I would want to do it, that don't mean you should. You see? I don't know no other way to explain this shit, man. Just because a woman looks good to me does not mean that she's right for me or I should get with her or whatever. It does not. It's deeper than that. What the fuck does her looks got to do with the overall goal of when you pick a woman or man? You see what I'm saying? Your overall goal of being with a man, what does the lust shit that doesn't matter? What does that got to do with the overall goal? If it has nothing to do with it, then you can't just pick that person off of that. You got to pick people off of the shit that matters more. Because another thing, the way I see it with looks is, once you really like a woman, you really close to her, you really care about her and shit, you're not worried about looks of other people or her looks and all that. She already looks good. She looks perfect to you. All that other shit is just dumb shit that people need to just, it's okay that you look at it, you know, but a lot of that shit holds no weight. Now that doesn't mean I'm saying get with somebody ugly. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is the looks won't matter. It won't matter. So if I get with a woman, she's a model, and then 10 years later, she has a couple of kids and she gains a little weight, it's not going to fucking matter. Because I already care. I love the woman. It doesn't fucking matter. Do y'all not get it? Now, see, because some people say, oh, he said get with an ugly person. No, I didn't. I'm explaining this shit one more time because I'm ready to take my shower. If I get with a woman that's a model and 10 years later her looks ain't the same as model, but she still looks good as shit, we get it, but she's not the same as she was when she was 21, that don't matter. Or whatever age. Let's just say y'all get what I'm saying. 21 might be a bad example, but whatever. Let's say she was younger, right? She was a model, now she's older, she had a couple kids, she still looks good, but she's not the model she was. It don't fucking matter. Still love her. Her looks ain't gonna matter. I'm like, oh, you don't look the same as you did. Let me get rid of you. Don't matter. You got women out here who won't even date a motherfucker unless he's a certain height and shit. And I'm not a short person, but that's stupid. Well, I mean, I guess I could see why a woman wouldn't want somebody short as fuck. But then again, I don't know. Maybe it don't matter. He might be one of the best motherfuckers in the world. You just never know. So that's all I'm saying, man. You know, men complaining about women, y'all need to worry about who y'all choosing, you know, and y'all women too, there's really no complaints. If you complain about women or men, 99.9% of the time, you're talking about bad women or men. So you have to ask yourself, why are you even worried about them? You have to ask yourself, why do you even like those people or want those people? Because they're not good. So what's the point? Yeah, that could be true too, because looks ain't everything. It looks matter. I ain't say they don't matter, but it's not everything. It's not just because. Now, I'm not saying I wouldn't deal with somebody I'm not attracted to. I'm not saying that. I wouldn't. But just because I'm attracted to you don't mean, oh yeah, I'm gonna be with you and all that. And not only that, you know, a lot of these men who saying women ain't they don't like the right guys. They ain't not talking about good women. So you have to ask yourself, who are they talking about? Because I know good women like good men. I know good women ain't picking no so-called thug, over some guy that she really feels like sees a future in. I don't see that happening. Not no good decision-making woman. And that's part of being a good woman. Just because you nice don't make you a good woman. You could be nice and make horrible decisions. That's not a good woman, in my opinion. Until that woman could be a good woman, or that man could be a good man. But people go by nice. Oh, it's a nice person, so that makes them a good woman or man. Not necessarily. Not when you're talking about relationships, it doesn't. It's deeper than that. But if you don't want to go by that, hey, that's your choice. I don't know what to tell you. You want to worry about your lust more than what matters? Fine with me. Go ahead, do what you do. But that's it, man. That's it. You got to lust somebody that you're going to want to be with, no doubt about it. But don't be dumb and don't put lust more than love. You got to have that love part. They got to have some type of like love traits, and the way I see it is, good women, they don't like bad men. So I don't give a fuck. That's what I'm trying to tell men before I get the fuck off here. You're worried about women who are not good women. So why do you care? If you care, then you're just as guilty as them because you're worried about bad women. The men say, you worry about bad thugs. Well, you worried about bad women. You worry about the female thugs. Think about it. Ain't no wife material woman just turning down good men and liking. They might turn down you because they might not like you in general. But that don't mean they turning down good men. It don't happen. So if you're dealing with a woman who constantly just attracted to bad men, you already know what it is. It took me forever to get this, but I get it now. It don't bother me no more, And that's why I'm trying to wake up other people, even women, not just men. Because a lot of women, they complain about men ain't shit. There's no good men. Yes, there are. The ones you want is the ones the problem. You got to ask yourself, why do you want these people? What do you need to change about yourself so you'll stop wanting these people? Because the better you become a person, the better you become as a person, you change as a person. And then you no longer want that bullshit. So if Sierra's legit, then she probably changed. And now she's a better woman. And she don't want that other bullshit. That don't mean the future is, I'm not saying he's a bad person. But far as relationship, what are we talking about here? We are talking about relationships. We ain't talking about friends. Future might be one of the coolest motherfuckers to hang around. But obviously, when it came to relationship shit, I don't know about that. Does that mean he won't be one hell of a husband one day? No, that don't mean that. It's all on future. If he want to change or not. But she dealt with a guy that's already on this level. Why am I wait for you? And that's another problem women do. They women and men, the lust. You waiting on women and men that ain't even on your level. Get with women who on your level mentally and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Have no problem with the choice that women make, because ultimately when you look down across the board of women and how they choose men, all the good women are looking for good men, and like I said, good women is a lot to it. It's not just looks. It's her handling her business. It's her decision making and shit like that. Ultimately, a good woman is a woman that is going to help a man. If she doesn't help, she won't cause the man to fall. She'll at least be a part of the reason why the man keeps improving in life. She won't come and destroy it. You know what I mean? Destroy what he's doing. But what can you say? These men are just as guilty as these so-called women they complain about. So they're not trying to hear it. They don't care. Just like the women, they don't care. They don't care if you say this. They're going to keep liking the people they like because they lust. Unfortunately, they care about they lust more than what's more important. They don't understand that you need both. You need the lust and the love. You can't just have one or the other. It don't work that way. And if I had to choose one, I'd rather have the love and not have the lust. If I had to choose a woman that I lust and one I love, and I didn't like both of each, I would choose the one with the love. Because the love is more the traits of the woman. I'm not going to get burned. I'm not going to get played. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, y'all. Go on.